What's up, YouTube? When it comes to the concept of tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Does tomorrow even exist? If we look at life in a linear sense, we can continue on with this one. Anyway, eating tomorrow's food or anything in general, because you look at anything that you come in contact with more so as vibration itself. Everything is vibration. Everything is. So you can call everything food, whatever. Anyway, whatever's flowing through you, whatever you're going through, whatever's going through you, if you're looking at life in a linear sense and you're in that cycle of food or overeating or eating the wrong thing, you got plenty of us that are eating tomorrow's food, smoking tomorrow's weed, uh, even having tomorrow's sex. All these different things that you're doing for dissatisfaction now, and you're getting it in a non-holistic sense. You're getting it just not to its highest potential. You're having basically just fragmented experiences because you're doing all these things at once. People think since they've completed the act of chewing and swallowing that they're done eating. You're still eating for 4 hours. Your body is still eating. So when we eat, when we compound our body with food and back it up with food, and then improper fluids too, because the more you eat, the more you need to drink, and people drink when they eat, which creates more chaos. It's just like mixing oil and vinegar and eating it. You can look at it more so as a utopia in your fridge, and then you mix it and put it in your body. That's putting chaos in your body. So the people are creating chaos inside themselves every time they eat. So because they're in a linear concept of life, and they're fixated on this moment right now at this very second, to where they can't see, even on a linear scale, that they don't need that much. People don't really need that much because the less you eat, all right, the more you eat, the more water you need. So the less you eat, the less water you need. So you look at it like if there's less pressure in this region, because from less water and less food, then your lungs can expand. You're more likely to breathe from your diaphragm at that point. So your lungs can expand. The bottom end of your lungs can expand. So that means more oxygen to your blood because there's more blood in the lower end of your lungs. So if you eat less, you'll drink less, then you'll breathe properly. You won't need to be breathing shallow because the more shallow you breathe, the more shallow you're thinking. You can only be concerned with the body and its desires and your emotions, and now you're just in this chaotic whirlwind because of what you put in your body at possibly the wrong time, um, as far as circadian rhythm goes, or as far as your own rhythm goes, what have you, because I know people are on different time zones going through different things at different times, and time is kind of really the true definition of time is the perception of light from a fixed position. That's what time really is. So I don't really want to get into the time sense in that sense, but if we look at it like we're eating tomorrow's food, we're taking from ourselves tomorrow. If we look like we buy a week's worth of food and you eat the first 3 days worth of food in the first day, you're taking food from yourself. And it's the same thing with sexual energy. If you don't, every time if you cave in, every time you make the value of it less and less. It's like the law of diminishing reply. I think that's the name of it, right? When you eat, like say you eat a sandwich when you're hungry, then you eat another sandwich. The second one isn't going to be as satisfying as the first one because the diminishing, it's diminishing. The satisfaction is diminishing because you're abusing it. So it's just like, you're going through, it always comes down to self. It always just comes down to taking from yourself. And you really, you don't really, I'm going to get into this in the next video. But either way, you're eating tomorrow's food. You're taking from yourself. You're taking from, you got to look at it like that. You got to look at it like a dog that you leave with a bunch of food. It's just going to consume that and then deal with, think that it possibly can never eat again. So you have to look at life like with money or any of these things, look at it like it will be there or constantly flow. Everything's in a constant flow, but if you have blockages, you can't even think like that. So you have to cleanse, get back to zero, get the internal silence going, get in external and internal silence to where you can hear what you need to hear, and see what you need to see. So when it comes to that, that's just that. Taken from yourself. I got plenty of videos coming.